From suspension of Abu Azmi to Tamil Nadu's all-party meeting on delimitation and update on Kannada actress Rania Rao case. Here are today's big headlines. In the big news of the day, Samajwadi Party MLA Abu Azmi was suspended from the Maharashtra Assembly for the entire session over his remarks praising Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. The suspension motion moved by Parliamentary Affairs Minister Chandrakant Patil was passed on Wednesday. Azmi called his suspension an injustice and accused the government of having double standards.
देखिए, मैंने ऐसा कोई लफ्ज बोला नहीं और सोच भी नहीं सकता कि मैं किसी महापुरुषों के खिलाफ कोई बात करूं, लेकिन अब मैं देख रहा हूं कि एक फैशन बन गया है। अभी वहां के आसाम के मुख्यमंत्री ने कह दिया राहुल गांधी की तुलना जो है औरंगजेब से कर दिया। इसके पहले अखिलेश जी की तुलना औरंगजेब से कर दिया। मतलब क्या होता है? तो औरंगजेब के बारे में मुझसे पूछा उन्होंने कि औरंगजेब के बारे में उनका कैरेक्टर क्या। तो मैंने कहा भाई देखो, मैं तो जमाने में पैदा हुआ नहीं था, हमने तो जो हिस्टोरियन ने जो लिखा, हिस्टोरियन ने वही पढ़ के बोल सकते हैं। तो सतीश चंद्रा जी, अद्वी तुरुस्की, डॉक्टर राजीव दीक्षित, डॉक्टर राम पुनियानी, अवध ओझा, मीना भार्गव, ये सब लोगों के कागजात मेरे पास मौजूद, इसमें रखे हुए सारी चीजें, उनके स्टेटमेंट्स हैं। जो स्टेटमेंट्स हैं मंदिर के बारे में, जो डेवलपमेंट के बारे में, मैंने वही बोल दिया कि भारतवर्ष का उसका जीडीपी बहुत अच्छा था और जो है उन्होंने मंदिरों को दान भी दिया है, जो लिखा है इसमें। ऐसा नहीं मेरी मर्जी से, इसी तरह की स्टेटमेंट मैंने दिया और चला गया मैं। अब इससे एक बात यह है कि आपने महापुरुषों को अपमानित किया। इसमें अपमान कहाँ हुआ? कि मैंने कैसे अपमान किया? मैं कभी जिंदगी में महापुरुषों का अपमान कर ही नहीं सकता हूँ। मैं खुद ही हूँ, असेंबली में कई बार मैंने खड़े होकर बोला है कि साहब, जो लोग भी किसी महापुरुष का अपमान करते हैं उनको छोटा मोटा नहीं 10 साल की सजा होना चाहिए।
Meanwhile, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath criticized Azmi's remarks, saying he should be sent to UP, where his government would give him, and I quote, special treatment.
मानो जीवन का उद्देश्य हो गया। और दुर्भाग्य है कि इन्होंने आदर्श किसको माना है? यानी औरंगजेब को वे लोग अपना आदर्श मान रहे हैं। औरंगजेब का पिता शाहजहां अपनी जीवनी में लिखता है, अपनी आत्मकथा में लिखता है कि खुदा करे कि ऐसा कमबख्त किसी को पैदा न हो। उसने आगरा के किले में अपने बाप को कैद करके रखा, एक एक बूंद पानी के लिए तरसाया। और अगर इनको औरंगजेब पर गौरव की अनुभूति होती है तो ये लोग कम से कम पटना की खुदावंद लाइब्रेरी में जाकर के एक बार शाहजहां की ही जीवनी को पढ़ लें, देख लें, उसकी पीड़ा को देखें। हां, जिनका आचरण औरंगजेब जैसा है वे लोग औरंगजेब पर गौरव की अनुभूति करें, लेकिन भारत को कम से कम इस पर न करें। और समाजवादी पार्टी को इसका जवाब देना चाहिए। भारत की आस्था पर प्रहार करने वाला दुर्दांत, धर्मांत, क्रूर शासक, उसको समाजवादी पार्टी आदर्श मानती है। जो भारत को रौंदने के लिए आया था, जजिया कर लगा रहा था, भारत का इस्लामीकरण कर रहा था। कोई सभ्य मुसलमान भी अपने पुत्र का नाम औरंगजेब नहीं रखता, क्योंकि इसे मालूम है यथा नाम तथा काम। अगर ऐसा नाम रखेंगे तो फिर एक एक बूंद पानी के लिए तरसना पड़ेगा। और शाहजहां ने भी अपनी जीवनी में लिखा है, उन्होंने कहा है कि औरंगजेब को कोसते हुए उसने लिखा कि तुमसे अच्छा तो ये हिंदू है जो जीते जी तो अपने बुजुर्ग मां बाप की सेवा करता है, मरने के बाद श्राद्ध तर्पण के माध्यम से वर्ष में एक बार उन्हें जल देता है। तुम तो मुझे एक एक बूंद पानी के लिए तरसा दी हो। अब समाजवादी पार्टी यह तय करे ये पटना की खुदावंद में जाकर ये समाजवादी पार्टी का नेता, आपका विधायक घोषणा करो ना, उस कमबख्त को निकालो पार्टी से और उसको एक बार यूपी भेज दीजिए, बाकी उपचार हम अपने आप करवा लेंगे।
Turning to news from the south, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin convened an all-party meeting that unanimously rejected the upcoming parliamentary constituency delimitation process scheduled for 2026. A resolution passed during the meeting in Chennai on Wednesday stated that delimitation would weaken Tamil Nadu and pose a threat to India's federal structure. Here are the full details. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has led an all-party meeting that unanimously rejected the upcoming parliamentary delimitation process, calling it a threat to India's federal structure. The resolution passed at the meeting emphasized that population-based delimitation would weaken Tamil Nadu's representation in parliament. The meeting, held in Chennai, was attended by parties including the DMK, AIADMK, Congress, VCK, TVK, and Communist parties. The BJP, NTK, and TMC boycotted the event. The resolution argued that basing delimitation on census figures alone would unfairly impact Tamil Nadu and other South Indian states, which have effectively implemented population control measures. The all-party resolution urged the centre to extend the freeze on delimitation beyond 2026 for at least 3 more decades. Stalin warned that Tamil Nadu's parliamentary seats could be reduced from 39 to 31 if delimitation is based solely on population figures. The resolution also proposed forming a Joint Action Committee (JAC) to unite southern states against the delimitation process. Stalin asserted that Tamil Nadu's voice in parliament is already limited and that further reduction in MPs would be detrimental. He stressed that delimitation should not penalize states that have implemented social welfare schemes and family planning policies. He also reiterated that his government would take all measures to prevent the implementation of this delimitation plan.
What was discussed inside your party meeting? What was discussed and what is your opinion on this all-party meeting? Please.
My opinion is that this 453 need not change. Even when it was 145 crore, these 453 members led the country to this position today. From the third world country position to now, it is only these 453 people who have done it. They are sufficient. If at all they have to increase the number of seats, all government decisions made in the center is executed by the states. If at all you want to increase anything, increase the number of people's representatives. Let the assembly seats be increased. That is our recommendation.
Why do you think delimitation is becoming an issue right now, sir?
It's always been an issue.
Several farmers under the banner of Samyukt Kisan Morcha staged a sit-in protest on Wednesday, March 5, 2025. In response to the protest call, the Punjab police deployed heavy security across the state. Farmers were stopped and detained at various locations in Punjab. Meanwhile, members of farmer groups burned effigies of the Chief Minister, Bhagwant Mann-led Aam Aadmi Party government to express their anger.
अमृतसर, गुरदासपुर, तो ये लगभग 18 जिलों में लगभग इस तरह से कार्यक्रम हमारे होंगे और 21 जगह पर अकेले अमृतसर में ही अर्थी दहन हम लोग करेंगे भगवंत मान सरकार का, और इस तरह से पूरे पंजाब में सैकड़ों जगह होंगी जहां पर आज के कार्यक्रम होंगे। ये इसलिए है कि जो एसकेएम की पंजाब की यूनियन है, जिनके लीडर को डिटेन किया गया और उनमें एक बड़ा हिस्सा किसान मजदूर मोर्चे की लीडरशिप को भी डिटेन किया गया, जैसे बीकेजू दोवाबा है, ये भारतीय किसान मजदूर यूनियन दलबाग सिंह जी गिल है, उनके आदमी, बीकेजू बहरू जी थे, उनके आदमी, बीकेजू क्रांतिकारी सरजीत फूलवाली, उनके आदमी, हमारे आदमी भी अपना तरन तारण में इन्होंने अरेस्ट किए थे। हमने थाने का गहराव ऊपर बात करके छुड़वा लिए। अब बीकेजू शहीद भगत सिंह के भी कुछ आगू, उनको मोहाली में अरेस्ट किया गया था, तो इस तरह के हम देख रहे हैं, इस तरह की बातें सामने आ रही है। तो आज का कार्यक्रम जो किसानों मजदूरों के मानव अधिकार है उनको जबर के विरोध में हम लोग, और जो एसकेएम की सभी यूनियन को डिटेन किया गया, गिरफ्तार किया गया, उनको जो पीसफुली कार्यक्रम नहीं करने दिया, उसके विरोध में आज के कार्यक्रम हमारे हो रहे हैं।
Now, an update from Karnataka. Kannada actress Rania Rao was arrested at Bengaluru International Airport for smuggling 14.2 kilograms of gold worth 12.56 crore rupees. After her arrest, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence raided her residence, seizing 2.06 crore worth of jewelry and 2.67 crore in cash, raising the total recovery to 17.29 crores. Rao, the stepdaughter of a senior Karnataka IPS officer, has been remanded to judicial custody until March 18th. Here's a closer look at Rania Rao's profile.
A day after Kannada film actress Rania Rao was arrested at Bengaluru International Airport for allegedly smuggling 14.2 kg of gold worth 12.56 crore, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence DRI said on Wednesday that a raid at her residence has led to a seizure of jewelry worth rupees 2.06 crore and 2.067 crore in cash. Now, 33-year-old Rania Rao is the stepdaughter of senior Karnataka IPS officer of the Director General of Police rank and was intercepted at the airport early on Tuesday when she was returning from one of her frequent trips to Dubai. The DRI now has said in an official statement on Wednesday, and I quote, acting on specific intelligence, DRI officers intercepted an Indian lady passenger aged around 33 years who had arrived from Dubai to Bengaluru via Emirates flight on March 3, 2025. Upon examination, gold bars weighing 14.2 kg were found ingeniously concealed on her, as in the person. The DRI also stated that the gold bar seized on Tuesday is one of the biggest seizures of gold at Bengaluru International Airport in recent times. Following the arrest, Rao was remanded to DRI custody till March 18 by a special court for economic offences. A search was also carried out at her residence. Now, the search has resulted in the seizure of gold jewellery worth rupees 2.06 crore and Indian currency amounting to 2.67 crore. The total seizure in the case stands at 17.29 crore. The DRI statement said the lady passenger has been placed under arrest under the relevant provisions of the Customs Act 1962 and remanded to judicial custody. Rao, who entered the Kannada film industry in 2014 at the age of 22, played the lead role in 3 Kannada films. She had been trying to make a mark in other southern language films as well. Rao's stepfather has had a controversial career and was linked many years ago in Mysuru to a suspicious robbery of a gold consignment that was being transported to Kerala from Karnataka on a bus by a jeweler. Several lower-level police officers were accused of being hand-in-glove in the robbery case that occurred over a decade ago. The senior police officer was transferred from his posting, but no official or legal action was initiated against him in the gold robbery case. Last year, the son of the police officer was questioned by a Karnataka police special investigation team over his alleged association with international hacker Sri Krishna Ramesh alias Sriki as part of investigations into the hacker's transactions and with specific reference to the purchase of a Porsche Macan bought by associates of the hacker in January 2018 by paying 57 lakh. The car was later returned to the showroom for a refund. The DGP's son married the daughter of a renowned former Kannada film actress turned politician last month. Rao is also reported to have been associated with senior politicians in Karnataka. Meanwhile, leaders have also reacted on this development, and here is what they said.
It should be taken up seriously. We cannot take it lightly. Serious investigation should be done. How this has happened, whatever, irrespective of the background, whether it is an IPS officer's daughter or a common man's daughter. Law should be applied equally on everyone.
She is an accused. She is indulged in smuggling activity. Law will take its course. Whether she is DGP's daughter or a common man's daughter or Chief Minister's daughter or Prime Minister's daughter. If there is any such official nexus, obviously that will come out in the investigation.
See, this is if it is true, if the police have a part in this, this is a total misuse of police power. So I think government to take stern action.
That's all for today, but before we sign off, here are visuals from the Rio de Janeiro Carnival, Brazil's grandest and most vibrant celebration of the year.